What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen?
We at Kawaii Con here, and we have a very special guest. Could you please introduce yourself to the people?
Hi, everybody. I am Alyson Leigh Rosenfeld. You may know me as the voice of Bonnie, Nurse Joy, Sophocles, female Pikachu from Pokémon, Rio, Riley, Grace, and Gloria Tyler from Yugioh, Strawberry Shortcake, Polly Pocket, Luna Maria Hawk from Gundam, damn, I have a very long IMDb, so I could go on and on.
It's like every anime ever.
Yeah, literally.
You ain't lying.
Yeah.
Man, okay, well, if you guys don't know, I'm Chad.
And I'm Jeremy.
And together, this podcast, this tag team, this collective, we are FusionHaa.
Love the energy. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, that was great. Alison, thank you so much for doing this with us. We
My
really
pleasure.
Appreciate it.
So if you could, just tell us a bit about yourself and how you got into voice acting and things like that. And if anything, like from maybe your childhood kind of led you to doing this.
Oh, man. All right. Well, I grew up on Long Island.
Long Island?
Yes, I did. Long Island. And I've always been a performer. I grew up doing musical theater. I went to NYU Tisch for college for acting.
Okay.
My senior year, I was studying at Stone Street, which is the film and TV studio there, and I took a voiceover class and absolutely fell in love with it. Recorded a demo, started sending it around, and very fortunately started booking work pretty quickly. I definitely thought I would be a theater performer who did some voiceover on the side, sort of the other way around where voiceover pays for my theater habit.
Bradley Smith, who voiced Combo Panda, can you please make your way to the RT graphics?
Yeah.
He's being called.
Yeah, Bradley Smith is
Bradley Smith.
Smash player.
Yeah, I always loved Disney movies, and I understood from a very small age that there were people who were making the voices, and I knew them by name, and I worshipped them. So I always knew that it was something that I wanted to do, and I was very much inspired by Disney movies growing up.
I think you're the first person I've ever heard say that you actually just knew the voice actors, like you actually focused in on them.
I did, and I knew them by name, and I thought they were so cool. And it's funny because now my son, who is 4, is starting to understand what I do for a living, and he also very much understands that it's people who do the voices. So there's shows that he loves that he knows personally the voice actors, and it's like, yes, I know Starscream on Transformers, and he's my neighbor.
That's cool. So, what was the first thing that you voice acted? And tell us how you got there. The audition. Your emotions behind it. When you first got it. Obviously, I'm assuming you went. When you got it, you went, yeah, that's right, I'm the best.
Listen. So the very, very first thing that I booked was an audiobook series that recorded in Princeton, New Jersey, which was extremely random, as random as it sounds. But one of the other actors on that project happened to be Tom Wayland, who was the director of Pokémon at the time. So he liked what I was doing, had a part he needed to cast that week that was a voice match, had me come in and read for it, and very fortunately, I booked it, and that was my very first Pokémon job. I absolutely did this one of the 2 weeks. But I'd love to say that and then overnight I never had to work again. I was just a full-time voice actor. But that's not how it worked. There were lots of auditions. There was lots of rejection. I definitely still worked in a restaurant for a long time. It took a long time before I very fortunately now am able to say that I'm a full-time voice actor.
That is sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. So was there a moment when you just realized that you had the voice to be able to do this?
Not a moment. I always loved playing with my voice. I always loved doing accents. If there was a speech from a movie that I loved, I would perform it for all my friends, whether they wanted to hear it or not. I think because I've been a singer my whole life, I always was interested in playing with my voice and doing unique things with my voice. But I can't pinpoint one particular moment, but definitely all the little things throughout my life led up to it.
Yeah, because during the panel yesterday, I heard you hit those aerial notes.
Yeah.
Those got the voice of an angel.
Oh, thank you.
I heard that.
Yeah.
It was funny because when you was doing it, I was thinking that I'm just gonna go, oh, and you did on cue.
And then I did.
Up
on a rock at the beach.
So when it comes to singing, is there a particular style of music that you like that you like to perform or sing?
Yeah, I'm a musical theater girly. I wish that I could riff like a R&B queen. I cannot. So I have a straight tone and a vibrato, and definitely a more classical style of singing. Yeah,
we're music nerds.
Yeah.
We actually met in mid class.
Cool. What did you guys play?
Well, I play the saxophone.
Yeah.
and I play the trombone.
Ooh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
I played the clarinet not very well. Yeah.
Squeaking and going everywhere.
Like, ooh, yeah, I was like, I think I'm gonna stick to singing. I don't know about the clarinet. Yeah.
So you was Squidward before Squidward, huh?
Yeah. Well,
I'm playing my clarinet. But so speaking of the panel yesterday,
yeah.
do y'all really? Because I've heard all four of them, by the way. The whole getting used to no's. Like, do you really get used to hearing no? And I get that's part of the life that you live as a actor and actress.
Yeah.
Like, do y'all really just get used to it? Or you was like, and tell us when, like, you was like, you know what? That's the name of the game.
It doesn't get, in some ways, it doesn't get easier.
Yeah.
Hearing no is never fun.
No.
And I think the closer you get to the yes, the harder the no. And so there are times where when I've gotten really close to the yes, I have allowed myself the momentary pity party, the momentary, I'm going to have that extra glass of wine tonight because I deserve it. But then you got to pick yourself up and move forward, because if you don't, it's not going to help you get the next job, So you really have to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, continue to believe in yourself. Hopefully you have people around you who believe in you as well, and move forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk some Pokemon.
Okay.
So you just said you booked one of your first roles on Pokemon.
Yeah.
What character was that?
So it was Jasmine, the Olivine gym leader. She had big steelix.
Yeah.
People really like Jasmine.
Yeah.
And it was a really cool role to be my first role. I was not a kid who grew up watching Pokemon, but my fun story is that my then boyfriend, now husband, had given me for some holiday a necklace that had a little piece of moonstone.
Okay.
And when he gave it to me, he said, "So you can evolve."
Yeah.
And not being a Pokemon person, I said, "So I can what?" And he was like, "Oh, it's a Pokemon thing. I'm a nerd." Da 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 da. So he'd given it to me maybe a year before I had my audition for Pokemon. When I was auditioning, I was like, "Well, I have to wear that necklace that you gave me." And so now it has become this like good luck charm talisman that I always wear. Yeah.
And maybe it did work.
Yeah.
Listen, thank you, hubby, for that necklace.
Man, so you've played so many characters on Pokemon. I was wondering, so do you audition for those particular characters, or do they say, "Hey, Alison, you did such a great job playing Jasmine. We want you to play the female Pikachu"? How does that work?
Yeah, so for humans, it's almost always an audition.
Right.
Okay.
For creatures, sometimes it is. Sometimes, like when I've been two different traveling companions, being both Bonnie and Sophocles, they like for the traveling companions to also voice one of the main traveling companion creatures, because we're going to be in the studio so much anyway. They're like, "Well, we just got to figure out which one it is." So when I was Bonnie, I was also Clement Bunnelby, and when I was Sophocles, I was also Bounsweet, Steenie, Tsarina, like the full evolution of them. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
So I bet you had so much fun like recording those Pokemon sounds, wouldn't you? I know you like had them days. You was like, I'm gonna be silly with it right now.
You know, it's funny. People are like, "You just say one word. Like, what do you put?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but so did Hodor, right? You gotta figure out, and it's in the script. It'll tell you, even though it just is Pikachu, what do they want? What are they communicating? And it'll be different every time. Also, because we're not saying the full name every single time.
Right.
You have to match the flaps of the character. So what variation on the name? What are you going to say? What are you conveying? And, it's acting like anything else.
Yeah, you're right. Because like when the Pokemon talk, even like you said Hodor, like when Hodor says Hodor, like he's expressing something.
Yeah,
Even
exactly.
like with the Pokemon, like they're saying Pika, like they're saying like, "Hey, I'm happy. Hey, I'm sad. Hey, I'm mad. And I'm gonna shock you, Ash. You better leave me alone."
Absolutely.
Like, it's so expressive.
Yeah.
So, gotta ask.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite Pokemon?
So my spirit Pokemon, if I'm allowed to say that,
Yes, it is.
Flareon.
Flareon. Ooh,
Because I'm
Flareon,
very
why?
small and very fiery.
I think my daughter would like that.
Yeah.
She loves Eevees. And I think Claire gonna be the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's Snorlax because I can be a lazy bum.
Listen, we're all, aren't we all Snorlax, right?
Attention.
Yeah, I got a big
Phoenix
one.
Lanes. If you have a car parked in the loading area,
It'd be like this, guys.
Move your car, guys. Come on,
Come on.
all up in our stuff. Yeah,
There we go.
Yeah. So Pokemon's Pokemon. Snorlax is my spirit animal. Jay, what's yours?
Oh man, Score Bunny and all the evolutions.
Oh, I love that.
I'm the year of the rabbit because I'm born in '87.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
fire.
me too.
Yeah. So, Alison, what does the Pokemon franchise mean to you? Like, I know for myself and Jeremy, we grew up watching Pokemon. It's just, one has just been a staple. Just, if Pokemon has been around forever, it's been around for a while, I don't think it's ever going anywhere. So it's just a staple, and it just means so much. So, what does it mean to you?
Pokemon to me means community. It means family. It, you know, from becoming a part of this cast 15 years ago and being so welcomed by my colleagues and having it be this real camaraderie between the actors, and then starting to appear at Comic-Cons and meeting these fans who are so incredibly happy to talk about it and to meet you and express how much the show means to them. It's this incredible connective tissue between all these people nationwide, worldwide, and it's so incredible to get to be even a really small part of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
That was beautiful. Golly.
Like, wow, God.
It's like a basic question. Then when
She just,
rainbows and
yeah.
sunshine, right?
Yeah, extra credit.
Right.
Oh,
Throw it at her, please.
That was beautiful.
But keep like resting on Pokemon. Strawberry Shortcake, because when I seen your picture for Kawaii Con, that was all like Strawberry Shortcake. I don't really remember too much about it. I remember the commercials for the toys.
Yeah.
Strawberry Shortcake. So, how many people? First, let's go way back.
Yeah.
How did you get to play Strawberry Shortcake? And do you have fans to this day go, oh my God, you're her.
Yes, I do have that.
Okay.
So, the nerdy, behind the scenes story is that there's a company called Wild Brain that has acquired a lot of the Mattel and big toy brand cartoon characters and has produced the newer versions of the cartoons. So Polly Pocket and Strawberry Shortcake have both been produced by that. But they were making a new cartoon of it, and I had an audition from a director that I worked with a bunch. She thought I might be good for it.
Oh, wow.
And very fortunately, I booked it, and it was super fun because it was what we call prelay, which means I got to act, and then they animated it. So lots of freedom to be as wackadoodle, Muppet opera in the booth as I like to be, and then got to see my wackadoodle performance animated on the screen.
On that, you said that yesterday. You said Muppet acting?
Muppet opera.
Opera.
Yes.
What is Muppet opera? That's your word.
To me, it is using your whole body in the silliest, biggest, most out there way possible. Because, think about it. If you're running in a scene, your character's running, there's a difference between and it's just going to be more grounded, more real, more from your whole body if you are truly inhabiting it with your whole body than just a head disconnected.
Dang.
Yeah.
I was just making fun of Chad. Because when I first of all, when I was thinking about that, I'm thinking about the old guys because you suck. Them two old guys with the Muppet show.
I hated it.
Like that. And so it's funny because I was thinking about that same thing. I was just doing that with Chad. I was like I was I like this character. Yeah. I was literally just making fun of him, so I see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So I was Muppet acting.
Don't you take that beautiful phrase and turn it to your
Muppet opera.
I'm saying
Because I think of opera as kind of melodramatic and over the top, and
Okay.
which I guess Muppets are too. So
Stealing that one.
Put that in the old back pocket.
Yeah.
So talking about Polly Pocket and Strawberry Shortcake. So my sister, when I was younger, Strawberry Shortcake was in our house. Could not escape it at all.
Borrow that real quick.
Yeah, and Polly Pocket because I had Mighty Max. So to me they were the the polar opposites of each other. Is there any show from back in the 90s, so that era that you would like to maybe voice act and be a part of?
Had I been around back then?
Yeah.
I mean, I loved 90s Nickelodeon shows. I loved Rugrats. I loved Doug. I loved Rocko's Modern Life. I mean, I think those voice casts were perfection, so I don't know that I could improve on perfection, but man, it would have been fun to be in one of those shows. Yeah.
I love Doug.
Yeah,
Doug
me
is so
too.
good. So good. Right?
Or went out for Patty Mayonnaise.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She has such a country, her
I
voice was so
know.
country.
Yeah.
Yeah, who would you want to play in those cartoons back in the 90s on Nickelodeon?
because it's not about you replacing them. Because we know the voice actors have done.
Yeah.
This is just,
Yeah, I think Rugrats, it would be Angelica.
Oh.
And Doug, I think it would be Judy.
Judy?
Yeah.
Judy.
Yeah.
Oh, you got that theater kid.
I know, I'm a drama queen. Yeah, that's it.
Theater kid is in you. So what does it mean, like, when you come to these cons? I know you kind of touched on it earlier, but like when you come to these cons and you see people in cosplays in a Pikachu onesie, like I have, and just like the Pokemon costumes, and they come up to you and they're so excited to see you. Like, how does that make you feel?
It is incredible. It is so rewarding. On a personal note, my brother is autistic, and being in a community that is so welcoming of neurospiciness is just so wonderful, and that everybody is inclusive and everybody is welcome. It's my favorite thing about the Comic-Con experience. Yeah.
Yeah, it really is a family. Like we can just walk up to somebody and just start talking about a particular thing, and hey, we're best friends now.
It gets like that. You're right. So when you started doing cons, and how do you say he's smiling? Because he's smiling right now. He's smiling. It's like, because I go lie, I'm like, right now, I'm tired. I gotta go to work tomorrow. But yet you're like still cheery and all that stuff.
I put myself to bed early.
Lucky you.
I put myself to bed early, and I to be honest, it's like a performance. I feel like I am performing all day, and I love to perform. So it's not like it's a performance. It's just I want to keep my energy up. I want the fans to have a wonderful experience. And people are coming because they're excited to meet me. How cool is that? It would be such a bummer if I were like, hey, how's it going? And I've certainly heard stories about people who meet their idol and they've had those kinds of experiences.
We were just talking to somebody about that too.
Yeah. And I love meeting people, and I want to give people the best experience that they can possibly have.
And how long you been doing
If
it?
you have a silver Honda with the license plate NST7610.
And it's been recorded.
We're not gonna steal your
we're gonna
identity.
know.
Yeah, we're not gonna steal your identity, we promise.
Dang, we gotta figure out how to bleep those numbers. We'll figure that out.
That's not.
So how long you been doing cons?
I want to say I've been doing them since like 2012.
So you're a veteran at this
Yeah, there was definitely a period of time where I was not doing them as frequently as I have been for the last year or two.
Okay.
But it's been awesome doing as many as I've been doing. Yeah.
So I have one more Pokemon question.
I'm ready.
Okay, so we just saw Ash finish his journey.
Yeah.
And he finally became a Pokemon master at the age of 10 or 12. I don't know how old Ash is, but he's lived a life.
20-something, actually. Okay.
Yeah.
So how was that as far as like the people that are part of Pokemon? Like, how did you guys all feel?
It felt like the end of an era. I mean, it was the coolest part about it was that virtually all of the traveling companions got to come back. So like Bonnie got to come back, Sophocles got to come back, and getting to voice my babies again felt really cool to have this kind of like wrapping it up with a bow experience to Ash's journey for those of us who are not Ash, and then it's been 25 years. It's been a long time, and I'd love to think that Ash's journey isn't done. It's just happening for now off camera, and then maybe we'll get to pick it up and see more of where he's at and what he's doing.
That sounds good.
But the legacy continues. The show is still on. I'm very fortunate to be on the new Pokemon Horizons, and I don't think the fandom's going anywhere. I don't think Pokemon's going anywhere, and the journey continues.
It definitely continues.
Yeah.
More 10-year-olds than keep out of their house.
Yeah, right.
Catch them all.
Yeah.
I lied about the Pokemon question. I'm sorry.
Here you go again.
I'm sorry. I don't know. And on a Sunday too. So you don't have to sing it, but I just want to know, because you bust out into a song with the OG Pokemon theme song.
Okay.
Like, if you knew it, like, do you know the OG Pokemon theme song?
I do.
Okay, you don't have to sing. I just want to know.
I
just
do.
want to know.
I
just
do.
want to know. Okay. Okay. Say. I just say anything else.
Dang, Chad. I was like,
I'll say no. I would never make her. I would never make her do that. I just want to know if she knew it.
I do.
Okay,
that's dope.
Okay, she does. The hair flip. Okay, and I'm right now. Okay.
Bunny tail for me. Bunny tail. Out of all the characters that you play in your voice acting career, who is your number one favorite?
It's so hard because they all feel like my kiddos. But I mean, I definitely have a very deep affection for Bonnie.
Okay.
She was one that I voiced for maybe the longest.
Okay.
I feel like we have a lot in common, being very spunky little girls, and she got to save the world by singing, which, as we've talked about, I love to sing. So it was very, very, very fun to get to do that on the show. Yeah.
That's cool.
It's cool because both my daughters actually really watch a lot of that one too.
Yeah.
That version of Pokemon with Bunny. It's like, who are these characters? I'm like, what happened to? I'm an old man now. I'm like,
You're like, where's Misty and Brock? Yeah.
Geodude, where's Star you at? Who's you? Back in my day, that's me now.
Yeah.
Back in my day, it was just 3 of them, and Team Rocket. Well, they still around, right?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they're still around. No, they still kick ass that daggone Pikachu.
They're still trying.
Just one Pikachu.
I know.
What
They
makes
had
Pikachu
one
so-
job.
Right, it came.
One job.
One
I
job.
would have tried to got the surfing Pikachu. Remember that episode?
Oh,
And
yeah.
I was like, yo, this Pikachu can surf.
It was a whole thing of them. They're like, no, we want
That one.
Yeah.
What's that about? Jeez, what's your theory about that?
I think you want what you can't have.
That's the theory?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I like it
Yeah.
a lot. All right, so I have one last question.
I'm ready.
Okay, so it's Friday. You've voiced all your characters. You're done. What do you enjoy to do in your free time?
Oh, I like that question. Barbara
Barbara Walters over there.
Okay, so if it's a night in, I want my husband to make me a cocktail.
Sweet.
I want to put on some trash TV.
Ooh,
Sweet.
And maybe play a board game, and maybe have some friends over to do all of the above too.
Okay.
If we're going out, I'd love to go to a nice restaurant, and we're gonna try really hard to go at least 4 minutes without talking about our son. And then if we're like really going out, maybe go see a Broadway show, go see some theater. Yeah.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Sounds like a real good time. Okay, well, thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you so much. Tell the people where they can find you.
So I'm very active on the socials. I am at Alyson Leigh Rosenfeld on Instagram and TikTok. I also have a website, AlysonLeighRosenfeld.com. I'm always announcing when I can new roles and upcoming con appearances, and I hope to meet you all guys soon. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, Alison, once again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank you.
Chad.
I'm Jeremy.
And this is Alison. And we are the FusionHaa Podcast, and we are out this thing. We're going to do the fusion dance because we're going
He's gonna point at her, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Ha!
And we're out.